All throughout Italy, there are slices of pizza that you can buy from all the little street food outlets everywhere you go. It's quite often it's the thick focaccia style. Whenever you go to a restaurant, you get the thin Neapolitan style that you're probably expecting, and that varies as well throughout Italy. When you go to the Amalfi Coast and Naples, and you have the proper Neapolitan. It's very soupy in the middle because it's got that lovely fresh buffalo mozzarella they put on it. But when you eat a pizza in a restaurant, you're given a knife and fork. So you have manners and you eat with your knife and fork. You don't cut it up as a slice. If you ever go to Amalfi or Naples and you go into a restaurant and you cut up your pizza slice and you pick it up, it's just gonna go bleh. Just convert everything I do into cups. So my recipe is we'll start with 1 cup of water, and then we take a bit of honey. We'll take a teaspoon of honey, teaspoon of honey in there. This is cold water, yeah. When you're making pizza, you have to take your environment into the equation. I'm going to use fresh yeast. You can buy it, it's about £3 or £4. I get this just on Amazon. It's just easy, and then you can put it in the freezer. So take some of this, and I'm just gonna scrape it off with a knife. But if you've already got it pre-cut, you literally need half a teaspoon of this. It lasts for ages. So I just scrape a bit off with a knife, about half a teaspoon's worth, and then drop that in there. Put most of that on my finger. A little bit more. Now we're going to add some flour, and I'm going to say some flour, about half a cup. Half a cup of flour, and then we're just going to mix that into a slurry. Flour wise, this is 00 flour, way around. 00 flour, you don't have to get the Caputo one. It is becoming more readily available. Morrison's do it. Morrison's is a really good supermarket. I like Morrison's. But if you are shopping in Sainsbury's or Tesco's, you want the McDougal's. They do a 00 flour. It's not as good as this. 00 just means it's been milled an extra time. So 01 would be your normal all-purpose plain flour, but 00 is just have that extra milling to get it a lot finer. I use it for everything. It's better for cakes, any sort of pastry stuff. It's just so much better. We'll either leave that for overnight in the fridge if you want. If you've got a fridge, use a smaller pot, obviously, or leave it for at least a couple of hours. So time shift. Here we are, a couple of hours later. Our poolish has started to bubble. It's got all airy in it, so then we can just add the rest of the flour. I always measure by 1 bag of flour, and it's 3 cups of water. 1 bag of flour, 3 cups of water, half a teaspoon of instant yeast. If you put too much yeast in it, your pizza becomes quite hard to cook, and it bubbles all over the place. So that's why you don't want to get carried away. Sometimes it looks great and you see all the bubbles forming, and that's great if you're making a focaccia, but for a pizza, no. In now. 1, 2, and we'll just mix this up. And when it starts to all come together, then we're going to add some salt. Okay, so now it's all kind of shaggy like that. We'll get some salt, and we're going to put about a teaspoon of salt in there. And then we'll bring that together. I try and do as much as I can in this big tub, just to save mess. It's new. They've got floury hands. There it is. This is worth getting, £7 from Amazon. I use this a lot. I've not tried this olive oil before, in all honesty. It's £5 in Lidl, but it's Puglia. Nice olive oil in Puglia. It's a bit scratchy on the back of the throat, the Puglian olive oil usually. So just spray some olive oil on your hand, and it helps stop the dough sticking. And what I do is I pull and stretch and pull it in on itself. Stretch and pull it in until it all starts to come together and form a nice soft dough. This is our left overnight, and it's goes all bubbly like this. It's all come together. I need my scraper. So what we need to do now is we need to get this out and portion it. So I just use it's not a decorator's one, but it's a similar sort of thing. You can get little plastic dough scrapers, you get wooden ones. It's really cheap, but they are worth getting. And then I'm going to sprinkle some semolina flour. I'm just going to sprinkle a little bit of that around the edges. This is going to be fun in the wind. Sorry, anyone on that side's going to get it. And that's going to help me bring this out. I'm going to get it onto the surface. There we go. More semolina flour. Okay, and then we're just going to portion this up now. We wanted to get it into 1 bag of flour, 6 pizzas. So I cut it in half. And cut it into 3s. That's the easiest way to do it. You can do it on weighing scales if you wanted to be really fussy with what you get. I don't mind that someone gets a small pizza, someone gets a big pizza. That's life. Get generous with sprinkling some of the semolina flour on there. But what you need to do is get your portion and just fold it all in on itself, and using your hand, you want to just keep bringing it in so you've always got a surface there, and treat it almost like you're forming a balloon. And keep pinching and pulling, and what that's doing is putting all that air into the dough. It's trapping it. You can come and have a look in a bit, but there's you can see all the bubbles forming where that air is being pushed inside, and it's forming that skin. And that's our one portion. So I will do this as quickly as I can. So we'll do all 6 of these. You can put them all in a tray if you want to. I'm going to use the Gosney tray, which I absolutely love. It's got a temperature gauge on it and everything. Dough to be, all that air to be trapped inside. You can see the bubbles forming. So we just take it, okay, and then just bring it in on itself to get a skin. If it's too floury on top, it's quite hard to make it stick. So don't be crazy with the flour on the top. But you can see, just pulling it all in on itself, and it forms like this balloon, like this. Okay, that's where people go wrong. You want to leave that for a couple of hours. More if you want to, but you can. It will stay good for a day or two. But yeah, a couple of hours. You can freeze them at this point as well, if you want to freeze them. But here we go. So I'll just take our first one, keep it as intact as possible, drop it onto our floury surface. Just put that down there. Keep the lid on, you don't want it to dry out. Now this is the part where we get some more of the semolina flour. You see how it's like not springing back? It's pliable. That's exactly when it's ready. If it keeps springing back on you, it's not ready. So leave it, put it back in the dough tray. You've misjudged your timings. So just put it away. You won't get to do it. It won't work. So we're going to keep a nice crust on this. So keeping a sort of 1 inch crust around the outside. And then using the back of your hands like this, you can move it around, stretch it, let gravity do its thing. No, I try and keep the same. Yeah, so when it's on the back of my hands, I'll always go back that way. You can flick it out as well. The pizziolo in Amalfi that taught me, the speed he does this in, incredible. I say he taught me, I've been making pizza for years. I always, whenever I'm doing a gathering of some kind, there's always pizza. People always look forward to it. So here we just get it to about the right size, 12-inch pizza. That's roughly where I want it to be. Make sure there's no big bubbles that are going to pop up and cause you problems. And also make sure you've got enough flour underneath so that it will move. Right, the sauce, really, really simple. Mutti, proper Italian mutti tomatoes in a bowl with some salt. And that's it. Okay, you don't need any kind of pre-cooked sauce or anything. You want that nice, vibrant, fresh tomato flavour. That's going to cook at 500 degrees. So that's hotter than any oven you're going to get at home, and it cooks so quickly. So you don't want to overcook your tomatoes. And don't overdo it with the tomato as well. If you overdo it, it can get quite soggy. Good. Bottom layer is the shavings of Parmesan. You have to put this on the bottom because the shavings are very fine and they will burn really quickly. So put this on the bottom layer. Parmesan, and then we're going to put our slices of mozzarella on there. Not the wet buffalo mozzarella. If you've got that, let it dry out because it'd be too sloppy in the middle, which is fine if you're making that restaurant style pizza. But if you want it to be picked up as slices, then no, you need to use this the slightly drier stuff. We're in the green. It's it's about 400 degrees. We need to make sure we get some of our semolina flour at the front. And make sure there's some of that on the back of the paddle, the spay. And then we're going to pick it up and we're just going to slide it in like that. Okay, I did make that look easy because that can be quite tricky, that part. But this is a good time to reshape your pizza. Any nasty bubbles that are popping up, just pop them, pinch them. I've got room for more cheese there, I think. That's good. We'll put some olive oil on there. And then tap the bottom, and that gets all the loose flour off, and it's going to move, and then we go. Moving over to the little one. The little one will help me turn the pizza. First thing though, we want to make sure that it's baking on the bottom. We don't want to go in there too early because we'll just gash it and it'll fall apart. The little paddle just makes it easier. You can't really do it with the big one. You can try. It's a good looking pizza, this one, if I do say so myself. If you're in there too much with the paddle, it stops the cooking of the base. It's one of the most important parts of the pizza, really, is the base. You want that nice, crispy, crunchy. Coming out. Okay, and there. It's almost ready. A bit more olive oil for flavour. And we also want, there it is, right in front of me, some basil. And I don't think that looks too bad. Okay, margarita. Thank you very much. Just going to take a picture.